Hi everyone, welcome to my A-Level Biology Extended Lecture Series. In this lesson, we will explore lethal alleles. Let's get started. Please do take note that lethal allele is not in Cambridge A-Level Biology syllabus or A2 syllabus. I don't want to expose you guys to the lethal allele because it's good to have the idea that lethal allele occurs, which is part or which is another example which deviates from the Mendelian crossing or monohybrid cross. Okay, so let us look at lethal allele now. So lethal alleles are mutated form of gene that cause death in the organism carrying them due to the disruptions of the essential developmental processes. This allele can act before birth, after birth, or more frequently results in early embryonic lethality. Lethal allele may be recessive, dominant, or conditional depending on how they affect the organism. So in recessive lethal allele causes death only when present in homozygous state. However, dominant lethal causes death in both heterozygous and homozygous dominant states. On the other hand, conditional lethal only lethal under specific environmental conditions. A classic example was discovered by Lucien Cugnot in 1905 when he investigated coat color inheritance in mice. Let us follow his experiment. The agouti gene determines coat color in a mouse. So the wild type allele, which is capital A, produces a mixture of yellow and black pigment in each of the hair. So this kind of hair is known as agouti coat. A mutant allele onto this wild allele produces the allele AY, which codes for yellow coats due to the absence of the black pigment. So when yellow mice were crossed with homozygous agouti mice, a 1-to-1 ratio of yellow to agouti offspring was observed. So what this result tried to tell us, in this case, yellow color or yellow allele must be a dominant allele. Am I right? Because if, let's say, yellow allele is a recessive allele, then agouti allele must be dominant allele, and homozygous dominant allele or homozygous agouti dominant allele will not produce 1-to-1 ratio of yellow to agouti offspring. So from the cross here, we are very sure that yellow mice must be heterozygous and yellow color allele must be dominant allele. So yes, this result actually confirmed that yellow allele is dominant and yellow mice must be heterozygous. Cugnot tried to cross two yellow mice, okay, which is heterozygous in this case. They always produce yellow to agouti mice in a ratio of 2-to-1 instead of 3-to-1. So therefore, something is not right because according to the Mendelian's monohybrid cross, when we cross a heterozygous with another heterozygous individual, we always produce 3-to-1 ratio. But in this case, only 2-to-1 with yellow to agouti in the ratio of 2-to-1. So again, in the group of the offspring, no homozygous dominant AY can be detected or can be observed. So this suggested that AY allele is lethal in the homozygous state, causing early embryonic death. Let us look at the cross between the male parents with the yellow color coat and female parents with the yellow color coat. So they are heterozygous. So we expect to see 3-to-1 ratio, am I right? But let us look at the probability to obtain the probability of offspring to show yellow and agouti color code. So in this case, as usual, because due to the segregations of homologous chromosome, so the gametes genotypes, two types, AY and A in equal ratio. So when we cross these gametes together, these are the results produced. And something worth for us to notice, when we have the homozygous dominant AY, and all these minds are dead. Okay, so why? We are going to discuss this later. However, in the heterozygous condition, as well as the homozygous recessive, the minds are survive. Okay, so look at the cross again. In this case, we won't be able to get 3-to-1 because those dead minds, or in fact, we shouldn't call it dead minds because they died in the embryonic stage. We won't be able to see the minds at all. Okay, so what is the phenotypic ratio? So yellow fur to black fur will be in the ratio of 2-to-1. So yellow fur allele AY is a little allele when they are in homozygous condition. So a little allele is an allele that causes the death of an organism when present in a specific genotypic combination. So in this case, we have the homozygous AY allele. When they come together, so they act as a little allele. So this allele typically arise from mutation in essential gene required for normal growth, development, or survival, or sometimes the mutation actually results in the production of certain protein or enzyme which produce or which catalyze the production of certain toxin, and the build-out of the toxin actually kill the embryo before embryo can develop into a fetal stage. So lethality may occur prenatally or postnatally, but in many cases, it actually acts during early embryonic development. Lethal allele can be classified into 3 categories. Recessive lethal allele, with examples, cystic fibrosis, man-cat trait. Man-cat basically the cat without tail. Okay? Dominant lethal allele, Huntington disease, and conditional lethal allele. Basically, the person may be normal unless it is triggered, okay, by a certain condition. For example, in G6PD deficiency, the patients or this individual might have the lethal effect when he or she triggered by the fava beans or a certain drugs. When they exposed to this chemical, they may cause a lethal effect to them. And with that, we have come to the end of this lesson. Hope you found it helpful and easy to follow. If you have any question, feel free to drop them in the comment section. See you in the next lesson and have a great day.